this is for all small to medium-sized enterprises that do not have a catered for travel program, and all their business and all their employees, obviously. So they will be getting like a preferred rate plan. I'm giving them up to 10% of all our hotels worldwide. So it's, as I said, it comes with great member benefits because it's linked to our rewards program, and they will be automatically given an elite membership status. They could apply for room upgrades and exclusive offers for business owners and employees. There are also certain promotions and offers that are exclusively only for Best Business Advantage travelers. And of course, they can use their points that they acquire through the program in exchange for gifts, redemption with our redemption partners, or to use for like free stays. So as I said, business and account owners, they're also going to benefit from the company's program. So the points that are being gathered by all the travelers is also going to be credited not only to the travelers' accounts, but the owners will also receive an extra, will receive 10% of those points accumulated by the travelers. So as I said, all stays are eligible to earn points under the qualified rate plan, and they can book directly through our channels. So they can do it through bestwestern.com, they can do it through the app, or they can do it through our CRO. There's also a 24-hour hotline to help you with any issues that might arise from the Best Business Advantage, and that can be done either by phone or by email. All the details of that will be shown all the way at the end of the presentation. Best Western Business Advantage is a program that benefits not only businesses, it's from business and for business owners. So it goes all the way back to what I was saying in the beginning, the core values of Best Western, where members helping members. Right, in short, now the overview of the program. In red, we have the lowest net rate, which is if you already have an agreement with a small company that's using your hotel and you've given them a direct price, they can keep that and still sign up for the program. Alternatively, if no such deal is in place, they can benefit from the global discount that they will receive up to 10% with all our hotels globally. Depending on a bit which area they're traveling to, but it's always like between 5 and 10% that they will be receiving as a discount. As I said before, it's bookable through bestwestern.com, through any of the mobile apps that we have, or our fantastic CRO desks, who will be able to attend to any questions 24 hours. Whether the discount is LRA or non-LRA, it depends a little bit in the region that you are in. Usually outside of North America, you will see that it's very often non-LRA. The core ID or the identification numbers that clients will use to sign into the program is always the same, and it's always 0152-6650. Now, this link with the core ID when somebody signs up to the program is sent to the clients, and it's already got the core ID information in it. So this is not something that you necessarily need to share. You can if you want, but anybody signing up to the Best Business Advantage program, they will be receiving this core ID. So also maybe important for you to know that the points allocation will be done on the back via the rewards number, so the core ID that we just mentioned on the reservation. So here's a slight overview of the benefits that the companies will be receiving. when they use our Business Advantage program. First of all, like there's the rewards recognition, as I said, is linked to Best Western Rewards program. The owner of the company will automatically be upgraded or given the Diamond Elite member status, which means that he will be receiving 30% bonus in reward points for every stay, and there's no minimum night required as long as they are enrolled through the Business Advantage program. Any other travelers within the company, any business travelers, will be getting the elite status of gold. That's nothing to be sniffed at either, and thus receiving 10% bonus in rewards points on all their stays. There's also here, as long as they're enrolled in the program, there is no minimum night requirement, which is quite cool. Company itself will also get benefits from this because, as I said, the business owners, they will get an additional 10% on top of their company's travelers' points that are credited to their accounts, and it's good to know that this is funded by BW Corporate, so you will not be charged for that. Okay, special promotions and partnerships will be shared to all our Best Business Advantage clients who are opting to receive emails. Because they have an option to opt out. If anybody has an issue with sharing their email, we can tell them that we need this for the sign-ups, but if they like, they can opt out. Now, who qualifies for a Best Business Advantage account? Well, basically any locally negotiated account that you have and that is already being managed by your hotel. Any lead that you've got or the hotel would like to push forward. If you have any clients that you know of that will benefit your program, you don't have any contacts with them, feel free to share them either with us, but make sure that we have all the information that we need, and then we can sign them up ourselves or reach out to the client on your behalf. Make sure it is not an already managed worldwide sales account, because they already receive different types of benefits, so we cannot mix and match these programs. Make sure they do not already book through a travel agent or have like a travel management company managing the travel for their agents. Important to know the rate is non-commissionable, and they must book directly with Best Western in order to qualify for all their benefits. Now I'm going to pause for a moment. Is there anybody who's got any questions up till now? I know it's a bit dry, but you know, it is what it is. It's a great program. We just need to know how to implement it. Okay, well, it doesn't look like there's any takers there. I'm going to take that as a good sign. I hope you can hear me still now. Okay, great. Okay. Now, companies. So as I said, like, you know, it goes to all the small companies. Generally, we talk about companies that spend less than $500,000. It says in dollars, but like, let's say euros here on business travel, and that do not book through GDS systems. So how do small to medium enterprises, or SMEs, that's the abbreviation for that, how do their travelers typically book their hotels? Well, it's important to say that like 56% they like to book directly through direct negotiations with hotels, so they can get like in their eyes the best discount. 23% to travel agents or a rate program, and only 12% through a hotel managed program like a Best Business Advantage. So that's actually great news, because that means there is a huge potential for us to tap into there. Also interesting to know, maybe when we look at a typical travel manager within like small companies like these, in general, it will be somebody who's also got other tasks. It could be like, the director who actually does all the traveling, or all the management of the traveling. It could be a procurement manager or the office manager who, apart from their normal tasks, also looks after the business travel side of things. That's what it shows like on the pie diagram, the one on the right. It actually shows that 1 in 3, or 34%, of the usual travel management in a small to medium enterprise spent less than 25% of their time actually on travel managing. So it's a program like Business Advantage for them would be a great fit, because it will take a lot of work off their hands, because they won't have to worry about it, and all the travelers can book directly through their apps or when they're on the go. So 80% of this market, it books online through a brand's direct page, like the ones we have ourselves, or an OTA site. So as I said before, these numbers only goes to show that it is a market that has been grossly ignored by most hotel groups, and we're very proud to be one of the first as Best Western Hotels and Resorts to tap into this huge market. So it's good to be on the forefront of things, because there's definitely a big demand for it. So when we look at the small to medium enterprises travelers, or the small business travelers, as I keep calling them, the average small business has got no loyalty program to a hotel brand, or no loyalty at all. They basically are just booking through OTAs, because that's where they think they will get the lowest rates, which we all know is not the case. If they book through our hotels with the BWI, they very often get a much better deal. And the great thing about it is it actually costs the hotel less in the end. Small businesses, they're also occupying rooms in multiple markets. They don't just in general, they don't just travel to one area, but they very often travel to all different sites all over the globe, making our connection with all the over 4,000 hotels that we've got worldwide a great fit there as well. And as I said before, these companies don't always employ specific travel managers. Very often the tasks are assigned to either administrators, people who work in finance, or procurement managers. So they don't have a lot of time to spend on this travel. So they could benefit from programs like ours, because they struggle very often to get the deals that bigger companies are being offered by hotel brands. As I said, Best Western is one of the first to notice this big demand, and we are very happy to provide a discount to these travelers. So we win, both through what we have our direct inside sales associates. We have a very strong network of them. So we create a relationship with these people, and that's often ignored by customers carrying through the procurement process. So it's great, because people who actually do this, they will create a very close loyalty to the brands along the way. So here we go again. It is a win-win situation. It's a win for, of course, the Best Western Hotels and Resorts brand. It's a win for your clients' relationships on a local level. It's great for rewards, loyalty, and retention. And it's great because people book directly with the brand, creating direct booking revenue for us. So it gives smaller accounts that are usually ignored the extra rewards, recognition, and service. And it helps to create a direct relationship with our brands and the customers, which is going to help create, increase, and retain loyalty to the hotel and the brand. It also gives our hotels like a chance to promote brand-wide initiatives, including Best Western Business Awards, Best Western Awards program, brand partnerships. We've got like ongoing campaigns and promotions, of which like all our Best Business Advantage guests are notified as soon as they come out, and they're very often exclusive to them. Of course, this whole thing, like people keep repeatedly staying in our brand, it's going to get repeat travelers, and it gives us great incentive to promote our brand and driving additional revenue and awareness to our controlled booking channels. Wow, yes, that was my first impression as well when I saw this slide. Yes, it creates like a direct revenue opportunity. Obviously, there is a $36 billion market opportunity, and that's numbers from 2017, and they were climbing already.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Our hotels cheap. Okay, now this next two slides I wanted to share with you because it's always good to be informed, and it's good for us to see also what else is out there. There are quite a few competitor programs. In the meantime, I mentioned we were one of the forerunners of rolling out this program. It didn't take long for others to catch up. However, when you look at the benefits, qualifications, and advantages, I think we can proudly say that when it comes to offering an overall package, we are still your best choice out there, especially with our hotels spread all over the globe. As I said, like you don't need to study these. There's no point bringing these up when you go and visit the client, but it's really good to have this information and to be aware of it in case it comes up somewhere. Now, how do you guys, or how do the new business travelers wanting to join our program go about enrollment? Obviously, very important because we are focusing on that right now. On the top of the screen, there's like a direct link to where people can enroll online. It's very simple. You go to your region's Best Western site. It could be bestwestern.com or Best Western ES, bestwestern.com.mx, depending on where you are. Very often it's just bestwestern.com, and you can go directly there when you go to Best Western Rewards, and you will find Business Advantage there. Now, it gives you a button saying sign up today. It's very simple. You click on that. It asks you for the information of the guests. You send that information through, and they will be automatically registered for our program. I say automatically. They will be checked by our department from Best Business Rewards, Best Business Advantage, and they will be receiving their welcome email with information how to sign up and how to go about booking through the Best Business Advantage program. So all of our PDRs have our own Best Business Advantage brand page. The one that you're seeing there, it's we didn't suddenly go different language. I just wanted to show you that it's very similar for all different areas. This one just happens to be in Spanish, and it looks exactly the same like the one we saw before. Now, if you want to sign up a hotel yourself, it could not be simpler. You basically just go to your member web. You select on the left-hand side Business Advantage, and you complete the lead form. Like it really does not get any simpler. When you complete the lead form, on top of the screen, you will also get a recap of all the biggest advantages that the companies will get. So if you're facing a client, you can remind them of what benefits they will actually be enjoying once they sign up for the program. You can also use this if you can't remember straight away and you want to have like a quick recap and you're standing in front of a client, you can type in Business Advantage and you've got it all there. So. I think that's all quite clear and self-explanatory. So as I said, after the account is then reviewed and accepted, there is not many requirements that we have, but we need to have like all the correct information, etc., and all these things. Then they will get the instructions. First of all, there will be 3 points of contact that we have with the customers to get some insight and to make sure that we create a good rapport with them. So first of all, they're going to get like an email showing the program overview. It's going to talk about some general information about Best Western Rewards. It's going to give them their discount code, the one that we mentioned earlier, so when we said Core ID. And it's going to give them ways to contact the Best Business Advantage team. They will also receive a welcome call from the Best Business Advantage team to discuss the program and to follow up on any extra questions. Very often people, to get confused, they might appreciate somebody calling them and getting the information they need. That also is a good opportunity for us from our side to promote our hotels again and the program, of course. And then they get a follow-up email highlighting all the benefits and how to add other company travelers, because each traveler that they have within the company needs to be signed up separately. For the simple reason that each account is linked to a Best Western Rewards account. If people are already part of the rewards program, they will simply be upgraded if they are not gold or, for the company's owner's sake, diamond, then they will be automatically upgraded to that elite status. So how do we go about selling the business advantage? Well, there's quite a few things that you can do, to help out to create this. You can create specific programs or collateral and promotional offerings. It might be a good idea to assign a contact person within your department who will deal with any client or property questions. We've got lots of regional partnerships for which you will hear a lot more. If the hotel already has any agreements locally, we can reach out to them and sign them up to the Best Business Advantage, always pointing out what a great exercise would be for them. They already have the deal with you. They're going to keep the deal. But on top of that, now suddenly they're also going to get benefits if they travel to any other hotels. So that's going to make you look better, or even better than you already do with your locally negotiated companies. It gives you the chance to review what's happening with your sign-ups and your enrollments. You will be getting great benefits and webinars like this one. There's going to be more of them as well. My screen decided to jump. That's fine. Let's have a look. And there we are. As I said, it's the first time we're using this one. Apologies. We are going to learn, and I'm going to promise that the next one is going to be much more than better. Now, what I wanted to leave with you as well is, when you're going to reach out yourself, or your sales team, or your front desk people and all, it's interesting to get a short overview, when you want to get a feel for the other companies and to decide whether you're going to sign them up for the Business Advantage or whether you think they might be a good fit, for any of our other programs. These are some questions that you could use to ask them for business needs, understand what their business motivators are. It could be, for example, what are their goals for this year's hotel travel program? When we look at the second one, the yellow one, the events logistics, these are your rate, dates, and space questions, basically. So do they require Wi-Fi, continental breakfast, coffee, swimming pool parking, that type of thing, And then when we get to the decision-making process, if you can appeal to the part, where people actually make the decision and connect to the customer themselves, with their opinions and their feelings, that's where you can really stand out and put yourself in a position of the people to create a fit solution for them. It's always important to understand their decision-making process, what are their budget considerations, who influences the decisions on where people decide to stay. And then the last bit, there's always competition, of course. Understand who they are. That's why we're showing the different other programs earlier. Who are they already using? And think about what makes us stand out for that. That's all very general. So the last slide, you've actually got a few direct questions that you can ask. Now, I'm not suggesting that you pull out these questions on a piece of paper when you're standing in front of a potential client, but it goes to show that it's good to be prepared. These are just some small questions that you can practice yourself, or even with your colleague, when you've got a quiet moment in reception or something, because these are questions that are always going to come in handy, and it gives the client also the feeling that you actually care about their business and that what you can offer them is actually a beneficiary for them. So there's no need to go over all these questions in detail, but read through them and make notes of them and practice yourself so you are prepared to sell our Business Advantage program. Now, I'm sure there's going to be a few questions. Why you think of some? Maybe I'll just recap what the best Business Advantage is. So it's designed to tap into that $36 billion market that there is of small and medium businesses. And that's very important to not have a managed travel program. These travelers, they make their own reservations online, they go through their mobile devices, and they're looking for savings, basically. So they're looking for an ability to earn loyalty program points, and they just want to have the feeling that the hotel values their business. Most of all, they simply they just want to simplify things. And our program, the Best Business Advantage program that we have, combined with your locally negotiated rates, can give them all that. So what are the guests going to get? Well, if your client already has a locally negotiated rate with the hotel, they will continue with that rate. However, this program is going to give them up to 10% of the flex when they stay in any other hotels. Now, this immediately adds value as what you can offer, because, like, you know, these clients already are staying in your hotel. But very often they also stay in other hotels throughout the year, and, you know, through this program, they are going to be like, you know, they are going to consider other Best Western hotels to stay in. In addition, the company owner is going to get like this great complimentary upgrade to the Diamond Elite status, which is giving them like another 30% bonus, and all the other travelers are going to get the Gold Elite with 10% extra bonus. The Best Business Advantage team is here to help. You've got like on the screen, you'll find like all the contact information to reach out to us. You know, like as I say, like we appreciate it, and we also respect that you already have some cultivated local sales accounts. What we are trying to reach with the Business Advantage is that we can offer them more, and that we can bind them even more to your hotel and to the brand. Also, very important to know that any of the Best Western Business Advantage customer lists, it will not be shared with any other hotels, so that one hotel's customer will not be shared with any other hotel. The hotels, they're going to have the ability to submit a do not call list of locally negotiated accounts if they want as well. So, you know, it's not because you are signing your locally negotiated account up that this information is going to be shared. So all in all, that brings us to the end of the Business Advantage presentation. Please, if you've got any questions, like my email is the second one there, Ward, yes, that's my name, demulder@bestwestern.com. So, you know, feel free to reach out to me, or of course, we've got a dedicated 24-hour team called Business Advantage at bestwestern.com. They'll be happy to help you. And of course, you also have your revenue managers who will be happy to forward us any questions that you might have about the program or about any rates involved. No questions? Well, I hope I haven't bored you too much. Once again, apologize for the few technical difficulties that we've had. It was a pleasure to be here with you, and I look forward to our next webinar. Thank you very much.